Welcome to the Goldfish Podcast. Goldfish Tank, GFT, gratitude, focus, and tracking. Today's podcast, our first podcast ever, where we have a guest, our first guest
Ian
ever.
Prescott-Freely.
Ian Prescott-Freely, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So I'm Danny Castonguay, and I've been a VC for 5 minutes. And a
lot of exciting investments in those 5 minutes.
I know.
A lot of good conversations.
I know. But yeah,
the momentum is building.
We got a guy I'm interviewing. Okay, so I write small checks, but I do bring a lot of value in my, in my questioning, in my reasoning, etc. I really like new business ideas. I know you're full of ideas, Ian. And so I think part of the value here is what you get out of this, maybe a new idea, new business models, etc. But it's also great publicity for you. And I want to thank our sponsor today, Altered Self. It's a mobile app that helps people with who are really looking for GFT, gratitude, focused, and tracking. Coming soon to you on the Apple Store.
Yeah, it's been a
pleasure. Ian, tell us about you.
So I just want to say thanks for having me on. And I was really excited to have this conversation. I think before the conversation started, Danny and I were talking about his idea to have 3D printed sex robots of members. Controversial, I take it, but I think it's that kind of forward thinking that propels this program to the next level.
Where's the mute button? Okay, we're good.
So my name's Ian. I'm looking for a $15 billion investment, 5% equity. That would be common shares, no preference, no non-voting.
All right. Why don't you tell us about your business idea first?
So it's called Pupster. And I think for the younger crowd, a lot of people probably haven't heard of how Netflix used to work before the internet, and that was you made a list of movies. They sent you the top 2 off the top of the list. DVDs in the mail. You kept them as long as you liked. You send them back when you're ready to send you the next ones.
Yeah, I get it.
Prevented a lot of late fees, and that was kind of the inspiration for Pupster, which is a puppy subscription service.
Okay.
Where we send you pay a monthly fee. We send you a puppy.
Okay.
You keep it as long as you want.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready, you send it back, and then we send you another puppy.
Oh, so I can get as many puppies as I want?
Well, in a row.
One at a row. So I can't get more than one at a time?
Not at a time. Well, I mean, there's tiered services, but
Got you. So, I mean, I love dogs. I love puppies. I love animals.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, I have quite a few questions, but so how much does it cost?
Is the first question.
What's
how
the
much?
Subscription? Yeah.
Depends. Well, it actually goes up over the longer you keep the puppy. This isn't in the official.
Okay.
Off the record.
Yeah.
The longer you keep the puppy, the more the cost goes up, because the more your emotional investment in the puppy goes up, and then if you stop subscribing, we take the puppy back.
Oh, I see.
Right. But it starts out at $10 a month.
Got you. Okay. And so my total price of ownership would be similar to just buying a dog outright, but
or you stealing one, yeah.
Or stealing one.
I mean, we don't approve of that.
No.
But you're stealing a dog. We're giving you a puppy.
Okay. So, but it's 10, and ultimately, I'm guessing it goes up to, whatever it is, 1,000.
Our ML engineers do personality profiling on the people who apply to figure out what their individual attachment level is.
So I get to try it. I get to develop some bond.
Yes.
And if I feel that it's not the right puppy for me, I can send it back.
Yes.
And then get a new one.
Yeah.
But I guess, what does that solve ethically? Like, how does that help? I mean,
well, I think a lot of people, when they get a puppy, they feel ethically obligated to keep it.
Yeah.
Even if it's not the good match or they're lazy.
Okay.
And we solve that for them by taking it back.
Okay. And what do you do with the puppies?
I think the key element here is that's not your problem. See, that's the key thing we take care of.
No.
That's no longer your issue.
No, I feel there's a problem with your business then. I mean, aren't you going to end up with lots of puppies? I mean...
No, well...
What are you going to do with the puppies?
That's not your problem.
No, but I'm an investor. I have like
as
a
an
good
investor,
heart. I have a good heart.
As an investor, not a consumer.
I just don't feel right about this.
We're also deeply committed to environmental issues and recycling.
Okay.
So we recycle the puppies into high-protein dog food, which is also provided by the program.
I should be laughing at this, but... No, that doesn't work for me. Like, that's really a problem. Like, I mean, we have a lot of problems, right? Like energy sustainability, etc. So, and recycling into protein, doesn't that like go into the, I mean, could that create some sort of like mad cow disease or anything like this? I mean, I love your idea because I'm still like, I'm still on the...
But so the difference is most mad cow disease is really an issue because humans eat cows.
Right.
So are you questioning whether various prion diseases will go rampant in the community? The answer is yes.
Right.
But if that happens, you just send it back. And
So
we
you
send
send
you
it back.
another new puppy.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I'm very tempted because I'm just trying to like make the business model work. I mean,
I just want to, if you sign up now, it's 15 million, 5% equity. If we get to the end of the podcast, you haven't signed up, it's going to be 2.5% equity.
I mean, I'm on the fence. Okay. First of all, my checks. I mean, I've only been a VC for 5 minutes, so I haven't raised much. So I check what's in my bank account. But I was thinking small checks.
Okay.
You know, like small.
In my world, 15 million is a small check for the scope and scale, the profitability that this program is going to deliver.
I mean, what do you need to actually
80% that's going to be lawsuit protection.
Is there a way you can get started? Because I really like your idea. I think there's some interesting like comedy associated with it, and I really like the idea.
We're targeting Japan as an initial market.
Okay. Because why?
Well, because they love, the kawaii culture is very strong there, and animal rights are very weak there. So we feel it's a very keenly targeted.
Oh my God, my career as a VC is not starting well. Okay, but I get it.
I see you have some concerns. Small pockets. I get it.
Yeah. I think every idea has a silver lining. We just gotta chase it. So if we just go back to the whole idea of like helping people find the right dog for them and trying it without. But then still having like a way to ensure that there's a long-term price, and ultimately it's sort of the same price, but it allows for for puppies to not stay at the kennel for so long, to get them into houses and get them rotating a little bit. Maybe.
We don't put them in a kennel; it's way too expensive.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, because it's much quicker to just gas them and grind them up for the food. But has your point about the startup costs, some people balk that.
You won't have problems with distribution, that's for sure. Pupster is going to go like fire.
Wildfire.
It's just the lawsuits I'm afraid of.
This
and
is
the
my
ethical
point.
considerations.
This is my point.
Okay, go ahead.
So, we looked at the allocation. Why did we come up with 15 million?
Yeah.
So, 14.9 of that is legal protection for the founders.
Right.
And then the remaining 100,000 is just, 80,000 the remaining is for a party. And the last 20,000 is, get some cardboard boxes into some puppy mills. There is a dimension where we could do without that by putting the risk on the person.
Okay, what's like the $69 version?
The VIP.
If I invest, no.
You invest 69 million. Well, for 69 million, I think we can really, I think we can work on something in the 7% equity range.
So I know you think I'm a big shot, but $69. There's no zeros after that. So
that would get you 6 months of service.
No. I'd back you. I'd also be an advisor, so I would also help you with my advice.
I think that's not my...
How many shares do I get? I assume you have 10 million shares on your cap table?
I don't know if we can give you any shares, but what we can give you is full liability. So if you're willing to come on as a partner,
assume the liability.
Assume the liability
for $69.
For $69. I think we can work something out there. Or a share.
What if I raise it a little bit? Like 420?
All right, for 420 we will get one share. We have 10 billion out. And full liability.
Okay. I mean, I really want to invest.
So we have the paperwork right here, so I'm glad to hear that. I feel like that's a verbal commitment.
I really want to invest.
Yeah.
I really want to invest. Because I think you have a great name, right? I mean, Ian, first of all.
And let's be clear here. There's no sexual component to the service.
Yet.
We have very strong... Yes. That's the VIP package.
Okay, so I really want to invest. I can't quite follow how we're going to navigate it, but I like your angle around.
So I see your pivot. What you're missing out here is, and if you look at our kind of capital allocation in terms of where we're putting our money, there's nothing for advertising.
Correct, yeah.
But that's not necessary.
I agree. This is why I like it so much.
PETA's going to advertise for us.
That's right.
You say lawsuit, I say advertising to the kind of people who are signing up.
Totally agree.
Okay? This is going viral in every market.
I mean, I get it, but, you know, and this is great.
Lady Gaga,
and then we
Beyonce, they're all going to be...
perhaps we could find ways to actually give back to the right organizations, or invest in things that actually have impact.
People are always focusing on celebrity endorsements.
Right.
That takes money. That takes effort. That takes clout.
Right.
We're dealing with celebrity anti-endorsements.
Right.
Celebrity condemnation.
Right.
That's still reaching all their market.
Right. So, but how do you feel about, you know, discovering perhaps a market where no puppies left behind? You know, like, is there a way to turn this around? Because it's such a good name. It's such a good business. I love your enthusiasm, your creativity. I just can't do the puppy incineration and feeding them back to the dogs. I mean, I don't know what the listeners are.
I will
There's
promise.
a lot of interesting people out there. But
I think there is a sub-market like you. For them, for them, we give a written guarantee that no puppies were harmed in the manufacturing of the dog food or the puppies you purchased.
Okay. But think about your brand also, like the presentation. Like, people are not going to want to go to Pupster, even if there's a guarantee that mine is not going to be recycled or hasn't been fed dogs before.
There's milk because it's made out of their mother, purified, whipped up, and emulsified. Yes.
But I mean, okay. What if, okay, so for $420, I could get 42% of the shares.
Okay, so, I'm listening.
So
it appears like you've said you value my company at $1,000.
Pretty much. Because I'm still figuring out the business model with you. I think we're not quite out of the garage here. Okay?
The middle ground.
I feel more like co-founder, like giving you a check and making sure you can eat tonight.
Look, there's some distance between us. I'm $15 million for 2%. You're $40 or $20 for 42%. You know, I will split the difference because I really believe in your insights.
Yeah.
I mean, $1 million for 3%.
Okay, maybe we can focus on what could you do with $420.
Okay. So here's the problem.
What's the Google form version?
Do you think Airbnb sounded like a good idea?
It's a pretty good idea.
When people heard that, they thought I'm gonna get murdered by a serial killer.
A little bit.
Part of the initial market was hoping they would be murdered by a serial killer. Okay, that's so yes, you start out by appealing to the crazies. The hidden crazies.
They would show up at the conference. They would post in traditional channel. They had their mattresses.
Yeah,
I think it was cute. I think they had a lot of credibility going their way.
All right, fair enough.
So
I don't.
We can do the same. So, but
I don't know the story of Airbnb.
This is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking. Yeah. I mean, you can ask ChatGPT after.
Sure. Okay.
They'll give you the short
I'll give you the breakdown.
But I just feel that there's an opportunity here to make something interesting viral, right? You could even start with just a meme coin if you want. But then you take that money and you truly do something innovative in the space of Netflix plus puppies, right? Your idea around rental is not bad. It's just because, for example, I have 3 kids and I would love sometimes to just rent a dog. It doesn't just have to be a puppy. It could be I'd like to rent a dog from the catalog for a week, for 2 weeks, etc. If it's vaccinated, if it's trained, it's behavior card, the dog would have been taken all over.
Discounts if it mauled somebody. Yeah.
No, but you see, my goal here is to really make those businesses work, and I want to build upon the absolute hilarious concept that you're bringing. Perhaps on the landing page we could have some things that are a little bit suggestive of that, so that we do get the PETA. But then, in reality, it's a joke. But you can really get a puppy, right? Or you can really get a dog. And I do like the idea that you have that there can be sort of like a more introductory rate. Sort of something, more short duration, because there are people who don't know for sure if they want a dog. And so it has to be relatively inexpensive, I guess, to get it. And it saves costs on the part of the, the inventory. So you don't have too much inventory management. But as people start to love puppies, then the price increases.
Because they're deeply emotionally attached.
I think so. I mean, and that's not a bad thing. You're not like trying to take advantage of the people either, right?
And repossessing puppies still has a bit of the charm of...
Right.
But I think there's one fundamental flaw, is that without the large-scale animal cruelty, how am I going to get sexual gratification?
I'm back to $69. How many shares? I want 69% of your business.
Are you on board with the liability?
I mean, because I'll have control, I will veto.
Oh, you want 69% of the company?
I will veto every crazy thing you suggest.
All right, let's.
But I think
Puppy rental service. How can we make it work?
I mean, with $69, we could pretty much like buy a domain name, get a landing page.
You buy a domain name, get a landing page. They're giving away puppies at the pound. It depends on the country. Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Or some veterinaries.
Which country are you thinking about starting with?
I saw Japan.
You seriously think Japan's the right place? I mean, we'd have to ask ChatGPT. I mean, I feel like you've done your research, so you must.
No, I haven't done any research. That's a mistake a lot of early founders make.
I love your honesty here.
They try to understand a market. But that's just locking them into conventional thinking. Okay, you need to look beyond the conventional.
You don't do research before you shop. You just have an idea. You shoot by the hip, and you hope you get $69.
If you aim, the best you can do is hit what you aimed at. If you don't aim at all, that bullet can go anywhere. All right,
that's true.
Hit the moon.
That's true. You might.
I assume I don't know much about guns.
You might.
I haven't done any research. See, that's the key.
Again, yes. Effective marketing. Okay, but I feel like I'm taking over your business at $69. So, but
I'll do it.
Let's try to find a compromise.
Okay.
What can you shake on? Like, I really want to invest. I want to get $69. I want to get a website up because I think part of this. I mean, if I don't invest into startups, then I don't invest into them. This is our first episode. I feel like I have a big heart. I'd love to get an actual domain name, a paid job. We test it in some kind of country. We'll have to have volunteers that start the whole thing.
Of course,
but basically,
we're not paying them. Unless it's in puppies.
There you go. Volunteers that get paid in puppies, because perhaps the first users.
Animal hoarders are a huge market.
Correct. Yeah.
They can help out.
And I'm wondering is there a way to take advantage of free hosting? I don't know if you put it as a site on it could be a bot on Telegram and our landing page could be on GitHub pages or something like that.
We're going to get shut down pretty frequently by anybody with any character.
No, but to be clear, we start in a small place. It could be a city-state like Singapore, where we help people on the one hand who have an excess of puppies and dogs, and then on the other hand,
irresponsible dog owners.
Sure. But then we find a way, and I'm sure they actually exist. We probably could just scrape the web. Right? We probably on Cursor or on C-Line with Cloud 3.7, we probably can hack this together. So we'll have an actual product where we'll go search through all the websites in Singapore that have dogs for lease, right? And then we'll just drop this, and because this podcast, I mean, I think I'll have like 1 or 2 followers.
I think you're underestimating the number of followers.
We'll get at least 5 views. My mom. My kids, maybe Faye, our producer, will watch it. So we'll get at least 5 views.
That's fair. Yes.
And then if each of them maybe share it, we could have a feature like share all. Upload your contact list.
Yeah, you have to. I think we're going here. Share all on your contact list.
Good old days of Facebook.
I'll tell you. So I was just thinking about this. I think $69 is an attractive proposition. 69% of the company, full liability. I accept that. Right. And I think we can both agree this is clearly a unicorn.
It could be really, so because I think this is about like bringing joy into people's lives, but also like introducing puppies and not having like the whole upfront investment. And we'd make sure that they're vaccinated, that they're SPC approved, whatever. We'd have to convince people who have those dogs that it's okay to like rent a dog or something. Not. So there's, or we steal them, right? it might be hard at first, but we do it very much like a community-driven effort where we can connect the supply and the demand, and we have some kind of script that goes and scrapes the puppies that are available. Here. More like Craigslist style startup.
I think also, I think a huge untapped market is, the key here is we need to identify irresponsible dog owners. One way to do this is to partner with veterinarians.
Sure.
And when they give the dog back, they give the wrong dog back. And the people who don't notice, that's the target. But the people who notice we'd swap the dog, they get the original. But if you couldn't even tell the difference.
I like where you're going with the vet, because we could have vets that help us. For example, that could, we're a good cause, etc.
Yeah, or bad cause, but he has some work to do to convince him it's a good cause. I've talked to a few veterinarians about this process, and I think like most people in the establishment, they have a vested interest in maintaining the status quo. So I felt a lot of resistance. Personally, but I think we're looking for some. If there are veterinarians out there who are willing to spearhead a new direction in pet ownership, I think we're looking to partner.
Great.
Or you're looking to partner.
All right. Yes. So if I put my credit card down for $69 up to $420, we can get a website up. We can get a domain name. We can get some kind of bot that will go web scrape the internet and upload it. And I mean, we could literally run this as on your laptop once a week. On your laptop.
Once a week. There's no evidence I was involved at all. It's clear here. There's no digital record of my footprint. That's why we need full liability.
What am I investing into exactly?
No, you are taking, like, I feel like we're going in circles. You get $69, 69% of the company, full liability, and then a venture debt where you pay me back, it's called $100 million in 4 years.
So basically, I'm just buying your concept.
Yeah, more or less.
And then I'll have to find people. So perhaps there's listeners who will come back and they'll say, I'll jump on this and I'll make it work.
Yeah.
So for $69,
jump it or you.
I mean, I can take all liability because I'll have control.
Sure.
But you're saying, what's the other clause again?
You have to pay me $100 million in 4 years. I mean, this thing's going to $1 billion in 4 years. So I'm saying you pay me 10% of, guaranteed 10% return.
That doesn't seem like a good deal. So I can't shake hands on that.
See, this is the problem is you're thinking too much. You're doing too much research. All right? You don't win deals, but this. Okay? It happens here or down here. So the question is, what do you got?
I've got my offers on the table.
Okay,
$69.
I'm walking out of this room for $420.
I don't want to miss out the opportunity for us to be.
Hey, look, you have two options. You get $420 for 1% of the company, or $420 on a ride to the hospital. It's your call. Okay? I'm getting paid either way.
Oh my God, this guy. So do you think we're going to have to end the show and not have a deal? I really want to deal with you.
Let's make a deal. $420
for
40 a number of shares that has the number 420 in it. 0.42.
What's the cap table? What's the percentage of the shares? I went straight up.
Well, right now
I've already safe note. I was straight up.
I've already committed 99% of the shares, so there's only 1% outstanding. So I'm a little bit,
Okay, I could offer $69 for 1% of the shares.
Okay.
And
full liability.
No.
But I feel like this is
I'm just an investor. No, I don't want full liability. I'm trying to get to a spot where I encourage an entrepreneur to get going. I feel like you're really making it difficult.
Let's mean that. $69.
Yeah.
1% equity. Faye takes your producer takes full liability.
No, she's not going to say yes to this either.
She doesn't need to say yes.
Yeah, she's probably crossword puzzling there. We should get her Rubik's Cube.
I think that's I think if she doesn't respond, that's a tacit.
She's
approval.
busy. Yeah.
Tacit approval.
Yeah. One day we'll bring her on the show.
Okay.
So.
All right, deal.
69. No, it's not a deal. What are you talking about?
Why are you dressing? This is the problem. Listeners, this is how you know a venture capitalist is just jerking your chain, all right? When a deal like this is on the table and they don't recognize the shake on it, that's your time.
This is Goldfish Tank, okay? We write small checks. We want a certain number of shares.
Small checks for small ideas. For small men. I'm too big for this show. That's the problem.
To encourage you, we give you visibility, we give you advice. That's our deal. I realize that 69% of your business for $69 is a bit too much.
All right.
I could do 69 for 10% of your business.
69,
20% of your business.
$69 for 6.9%, but it has to get 69 views.
Okay, so if it gets 69 views, then we have a deal.
Yeah. If it doesn't,
$69 for 6.9% of the startup.
Yes. If it doesn't get good. If it doesn't
get to 69 views, then what?
Well, then we just need to succeed.
That's right. The deal is off.
Okay.
The deal is off. Okay, great.
And
thank you.
Full liability. If you
this was a wonderful, excellent first episode of Goldfish Tank. Thank you very much. Stay tuned until next time, and don't forget our sponsor, Altered Self, coming soon near you.